بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني. أهلا وسهلا. Welcome everybody to this free online session on understanding childbirth preparation. Thank you everyone that is here. That's a lot of you here. And of course, I know there will be some of you that will be watching the recording, inshallah. It will take approximately 24 hours for this to be ready and uploaded. As soon as it is, I shall share. This session today is to understand what exactly is childbirth preparation. It will help you to visualize, to understand the importance of it and why it's needed, what is covered, how it's going to help you. And then, of course, I have a couple of interactive sessions with you guys here. And I hope, inshallah, you walk away from this session today feeling more appreciating the fact that childbirth education, childbirth preparation, preparing for your birth before birth happens is very, very important. Let me start, inshallah, with introducing myself. My name is Hafsa Qureshi. I am a Lamaze certified childbirth educator as well as a master trainer from Lamaze as well. I'm certified from Amani Birth, so that's the one we will be talking about, and I'll tell you why in a bit. I'm a lactation professional as well, a breastfeeding counselor, educator, and certified trainer from WHO, UNICEF, and Birth Kuwait. VBAC. VBAC is something very close to my heart. VBAC means vaginal birth after a C-section. I am a VBAC mom myself. I had my VBAC more than 11 years ago, and that's when I stepped into this field, and that's why I'm here talking to you today after having helped over thousands of moms in the last 11 years, alhamdulillah. So I specialized in that. I'm a certified VBAC support practitioner as well as a certified advanced VBAC doula, and specialize in the biomechanics of birth to make it easier. And of course, a newborn care specialist. And at the moment, I am pursuing a couple of other educational opportunities to be able to help more and more moms. I am based in Kuwait, but I'm educating moms globally. I'm originally from Pakistan, born and brought up here. So I speak 3 languages. So if you want to ask me anything in English, feel free to do so. अगर आपको उर्दू में कुछ पूछना है, आप उर्दू में पूछो. إذا عندكم أي أسئلة بالعربي حياكم الله. كتبوا الأسئلة بالعربي إن شاء الله جاوبكم. All right. So you feel free to ask me any questions you have. What are we going to cover today? So a little bit of the agenda of today, because we have an hour. I'm going to try my best to stick to an hour, but it's not always easy. We'll be talking about why childbirth preparation matters, what is childbirth education, what's included, what we will be covering if you sign up for the detailed classes, benefits of the education and support, lots of testimonials. So what I've done this time, it's a bit different to my normal sessions that I teach, is after every 2-3 slides, I'm going to be putting a testimonial. And that's when I'll go into the chat and answer any questions you might have. So you can pop in your questions and I'll answer them throughout the session instead of right at the end. So whenever you see a testimonial ad, definitely read it to inspire you, right? And learn about all these mamas, their journeys. They've been so kind. Very last moment, I asked them to share those, and they did. All right. And then, of course, there is going to be, I like to keep my sessions, whether it's these free sessions or whether it's the detailed classes, they're all very interactive to make sure that we are adults, right? So adult learning skills are very different to children. It just helps to ensure that our information is well established into our minds. All right. So I'm going to have 2 interactive sessions as well. And I'll leave you at the end with some tips as well. And of course, the details on how to contact me if you wish to sign up for the classes. Okay. So let's start with this. I want you all to scan this code. I'm going to drop the link of this as well in the chat, as well as in the WhatsApp group. And I want you all to close your eyes. Think of the first 3 words that come to your mind. Okay. And just type them there as you build your word wall. Okay. So 3 words for you to drop in. So that's the link in the chat here. And I'm going to quickly forward it rather. from my WhatsApp into the two groups. So, mashallah, one group became full. I thought there was no limit to WhatsApp, but now there is. So, yeah, I had to open a second one. Mashallah, Allahumma barik. Don't leave the group even after the session ends. Whatever workshops, things that have come upcoming, it's where I post about them. So, you will be up to date. Okay. So, I have shared the link for you all to join. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and share the other one instead. Okay. Share. Let's see all your beautiful words that come to your mind. First three words, random, whatever it's coming to your mind. Let's see what it is regarding birth, childbirth, pregnancy, everything. Okay, so we've got 30 responses already. All right, keep it coming. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to answer this. Okay. Lovely, 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 lovely words coming up. Okay. Excellent. Wow, look at all of you. Beautiful. MashaAllah. Amazing. Wow, we've got lots of responses coming in. Keep it coming, ladies. 1 more minute to go. And the words that you see the biggest, so beautiful, baby, pain, love, life, blessing, motherhood, these are the ones that most of you have chosen. So we can see definitely there's a trend there. And we'll talk about pain in a bit, the positive perspective of pain. Okay, blessing. Excitement, definitely. Empowering, yes, inshallah, may Allah bless you with an empowering birth. Excellent, yes. You can leave it in the chat. It's just nice to see it all on the word wall as well. Okay. Right. Lovely. There's lots of responses coming in. Just going to take a picture of this. Okay. Thank you, ladies. That's a beautiful word wall that you guys have created. Ya'tikum al-afia. Stop sharing this. Let's go back to our slides and continue from there. Support, empowering, love. Yes. Lovely to see some of my mamas joining us alongside. Okay, back to this. So this is what birth means to you. And I asked, just out of the blue, the first three words that helps you to connect with your instinctive part of the brain, which is very important. So I love this quote, and that's my perspective when it comes to birth. Just like our heart, I'd say all of our body functions, our brain, our hearts, our kidneys, our lungs, our livers know how to work. So our heart knows how to pump, our lungs know how to fill with air, our hands react back if it touches a fire or something. That's exactly how our bodies know beautifully to birth these babies. That's it. It's a natural event of life. Just before our session started, one of the moms messaged me, and she just gave birth. She had been in this prodromal labor for a few days. And subhanAllah, I just got this beautiful news. And what I just loved with one of her messages, she was like, Hafsa, I don't feel I just like I was in labor and I gave birth. It feels so beautiful because it was intervention free. She was informed. She was supported. So I was constantly supporting her. And she had the knowledge and tools to make it memorable for her. So that's exactly what birth is, letting your body do a natural process as naturally as possible. All right. And that's exactly what we want it to be. So, welcome to each one of you. The fact that you're here, you want to prepare for your birth, or you want to know what childbirth education is, what childbirth preparation is, why is it important, what is the need of it, right? I'm sure there's a reason why you're here and why you need it. Okay. So, birth is like running a marathon. All right. Just like you won't just show up on the day ready to run without any prior practice, same goes with birth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us 9 beautiful months to prepare for this event. All right. So we don't want these 9 beautiful months to go wasted. Instead, use this time. It's not like you just wake up and boom, the baby is there. No, it's this whole beautiful journey where you're growing this baby, you're nurturing this baby, you're responsible for this baby, you're responsible for the decision making, for every single thing. You do everything in your power after educating yourself to nurture, to make informed decisions, to mitigate, reduce risk factors, which help you at the end or help you in the journey overall, help you with the outcomes. Okay, so this is it. You are not going to be able to win a marathon, rather, even complete it if you show up unprepared, right? Same thing. Don't wait for the day of birth. Even don't wait that, oh, I'm going to be in my third trimester and that's when I'm going to start doing things. No. Birth preparation starts the moment you know you're pregnant. And that's how beneficial it is. And that's how you need to value it. It's never too late. However, make the most of it. Okay. Similarly, another analogy, which is very easy to understand, is birth is like climbing a mountain. You do not just show up on the day and start climbing, right? And you can't think for a bit. Can you do it alone? Would you climb a mountain alone? Would you do it if you're not prepared? You don't have the right gear, the shoes, the equipment you need, the foods and everything? Would you do it if you're not fit enough to do it? I mean, my father, he just had an injury earlier this year. Would I expect him to be doing that? No, he's not fit for it. Have I taken into consideration risks factors? What are the risks associated with it? Think for a moment. Reflect on this and think, how is this birth impacting? How is my preparation going to impact the big day? I love to use another example. Think of your wedding day. How much preparation went into it? Even the simplest weddings, I had a simple one. There is preparation. Well, your birth deserves at least 10 times more than your wedding day. How much did you invest in it? Oh, childbirth education classes are expensive. Wait a minute. Birth is an event you take to your grave. It's an event that will be with you and you never forget it. Even my first C-section, which happened more than 15 years ago, I still remember it. And that's why I work so hard to ensure that I'm not robbed off an experience that I deserved, that my body is created complete. And I'll be talking about that in a bit. So yes, these two examples are good for us to think and reflect about birth. All right? No, you can do it. You're created to do it. Your body is built to do it. And you need to prepare for it. You can't just show up and think that, oh, okay, I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna diet anymore. I'm gonna just chill, eat and drink and etc. And I'm just gonna show up on the day of birth ready to push this baby out. No, you need to prepare. Don't go into any event of your life without prior knowledge or education about it. That is how very important it is. Okay? Motherhood has beautiful stages. So there is this pregnancy stage, which I just talked about. Like I said, Allah has given you 9 months to prepare. It's a blessed and significant phase of life. It's a natural event. And then it follows onwards with birth, the labor and the birth, with beautiful anticipation, right? It is hard work. I'm not saying it's easy. And the Quran already has said so. Wahnun ala wahn, right? It's hardship on hardship. It's not a walk in the park. But if you're prepared, you know what to expect, you know what is happening, you don't give up too soon. You're like, okay, this is normal. Fine, great. You celebrate the progress your body makes. And then you reap the rewards in every single pain. And then it's the postpartum. So motherhood is just, it just doesn't end with birth. It's postpartum as well. Especially the first 3 months, I call it the fourth trimester. This is where you're a new baby with a new mom, even if inshallah you're sixth, seventh kid. With every baby, you're a new mother. You need support in breastfeeding, support to rest and recover, to debrief, to get your thoughts together again, to adjust into this new phase again. So motherhood doesn't start from the birth of your baby. It starts the moment you know you're expecting. You are mas'oola now. You are responsible for this baby now. The baby's counting on mamas to make the right decisions. But how will you make those right decisions? Have you thought of that? Did you prepare for that? What do you know is the right decisions? Well, I can just ask the doctor. Truly, yes, definitely. They have a place, their medical knowledge for true complications. But birth is not a complication. Birth is not an illness. And a slide on that is coming up. You need to be informed. Don't walk into any event, anything. It's reduce your fears. When you don't know what to expect, this is where the fear starts. All right. Now, this is one testimonial. Take your time to read it. It's a beautiful one. Meanwhile, if you have a question, you can type that as well. All right. I might not be able to answer all the questions, but I will try to answer as many as I can each time there is a testimonial. This mom was beautiful. She said the childbirth education helped her achieve empowerment in her second baby's birth. She became more aware of her body before, during, and after. She was able to make informed decision, and that's the point. The outcome of the birth, we don't know. That's in Allah's hand. That's ilmul ghayb. يَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ. Right? But we do everything in our power. We tie our camel and then we do the tawakkul. Have we done that? Right? And she said that I was always available, only a message away. And yes, like I say, my support never ends when the classes end. I'll make sure that I try my best. Whenever you reach out to me, I'll answer. But yes, I need to prioritize those moms that have invested in the classes that have me on, and they're taking those classes with me. And then there's lots of support groups. There's like on everything. And whenever a mom requests one, boom, I open a new one. Okay. And with some of my moms that are here right now, they can testify to that. All right. Because that's what we need. I'm a mom. Allahumma barik, I have 3 kids. So I had a C-section and 2 empowering births after that. So as a mom, I know what moms need. We need support. Right. And alhamdulillah, yes, it opens up a holistic approach to lifestyle there. Okay, any questions here? No. Any here? None. All right, we can move forward, inshallah. Someone's typing. I'll make for a second for them to finish typing. Meanwhile, always remember to take a few sips of water, movement, hydration. All of this is very, very important. All right, for all the moms. Definitely, pregnancy is a beautiful journey, but unsupportive doctors have made it very difficult and stressful. That is why don't put your faith, don't put all your decisions on the doctor. It's your journey. You will live with the outcomes of birth. Nobody else will. So make sure you make it a beautiful one. You make the informed decisions. Right? Sadly, what I see, and so many, I wish I could do a research on this. I have been a research assistant as well. The moment a woman finds out she's pregnant, the first thing she does, oh, can you tell me which hospital and doctor should I go to? That should not be your first question. It should be, where can I get educated to be informed about my pregnancy and how to mitigate reduced risk factors? So cholestasis is a liver issue where liver enzymes can be elevated, but it's often very um, incorrectly diagnosed, and it is very possible to manage it without having to go in for early labor or induction or anything like that. Your diet plays a big role because it's related to the liver. So, good detox diet, lots of hydration, managing it's not just the liver enzymes, the bile acids. When you work on that, you can easily manage it. And if you go onto my account on Instagram, it's at HafsaKQ, you will see birth stories of moms with cholestasis, mashallah, and they were even VBAC births, subhanallah. Can we do birth at home like old? Yes, of course. Home birth. So many of my moms, not in Kuwait, well, a few in Kuwait as well, because it happened so fast, but other places in the world, they have had beautiful, empowering home births. But of course, I would not do it without any preparation. Preparation is key. Oh, there you go. I'd love to call her my mama. One of my mamas who had a home birth is there. She just said it. She's one of them, mashallah. Allahumma barik. Lots of pain management techniques. What works for you? Pain management is a lot to do with our hormones, our mindset. So breathing techniques, movement, massage, lots and lots of filling up your five senses. All of that helps a lot. Home birth is when you give birth at your home. You do have a care provider there to support you, and you're well informed, and you have a beautiful birth at home to protect yourself from unnecessary interventions at a hospital. Okay, but definitely prepare yourself. Okay. If your placenta is low lying at 23 weeks, you don't worry too much because there is plenty of time for it to move away. So I teach with these little props and models. So this is basically the placenta, right? And yours is at 23 weeks, it's not as big yet. It's probably smaller. And if it's low lying, as the uterus grows, so it's embedded at part of the uterus, right? As this uterus grows, it will move up, inshallah. Okay, so don't worry too much about it just yet. Okay, now there are some more questions. I'm going to continue, and then at the next testimonial, I'm going to answer the next. Okay, all right. Maybe you might get your answer in the next few slides. So you're built to birth. You are perfectly created. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned this in the Quran. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. We created mankind in the best design. So when we start doubting our bodies, oh, my bone is too small and I can't give birth and I can't bear the pain, it's going to be hard and all of that. Question yourself. What did my Quran promise me? As a woman, I have everything it needs to birth this baby. You are perfectly created. We need to restore this confidence back. We need to unlearn all of this. Oh, you're putting yourself at risk and blah, blah, blah. Unlearn that and restore that faith back into yourself. And by preparing for birth, with educating yourself, you will empower yourself with knowledge, build this confidence, which is getting lost now, which is why the fear is taking over. This confidence and knowledge will help you then tackle any challenges of labor and birth and help you make these informed decisions, right? If you face unnecessary interventions, procedures, which are not really needed. And then you would know, okay, if I do have a true complication, how do I know if it's a complication or if it's just unnecessary? This is where your knowledge will help you. And this is how you work around the risks. You protect yourself, right? So finding the right path, not going to either extreme, sensible decision-making, evidence-based decision-making, because you are perfectly and completely created to birth these babies. Why does preparation matter? Why do you need to prepare for childbirth? Why do you need to educate yourself for childbirth? First of all, it does reduce the fear. Sorry, that jumped. Okay. It does reduce the fear and anxiety, right? You get the knowledge, the understanding that you need, right? It helps empower you as mothers and as partners. So I do recommend both you and your husband, both of you join, or anyone else that is going to be supporting you in the journey, so that you both are on the same page and able to make those informed decisions. Okay, it helps improve communication. Last night I had a mom, she was in early labor, and of course, as things progressed, she was unable to continue communicating with me. That's when her husband took over. And then I was able to guide him how to support her, right? It helps improve communication with the healthcare providers. So if we are so disappointed that doctors are not supporting us, believe me, they do want to support you. But you need to know how to doctor shop as well. You need to know how to communicate it. And yes, you will learn all of that when you educate yourself, inshallah. How to doctor shop. Just because my mom or my sister or whoever had a so and so birth with someone, I need to stick with them. Or who's going to take me at 37 weeks? I've had moms change doctors at 41 weeks. It's don't feel yourself that you're bound. No, it's your birth. Break free. Be the decision maker. No one's going to come home and induce you or cut you or anything. So make those informed decisions. And then educating yourself encourages a more positive and personalized. No two births are the same. Even me, mashallah, Allahumma barik, with 3 kids, no two births are the same. So be prepared. This is it. Preparation is the key. All right. That's another testimonial. I'll go back and read your questions. So this mom says, I consider myself lucky to found a gem of a childbirth educator in Hafsa and as a doula. So yes, so educating yourself. And then she hired me as her birth doula as well, who held my hand until I was able to hold my dear daughter in my arms. I just love the way she phrased that. The classes provide a holistic perspective to pregnancy care, and it was a welcome change from medicine-led information I was provided ever since I conceived. So she was able to shift from that towards a holistic approach, and that helped her achieve her birth. And this specific mom, I know who exactly this one is. She reached the hospital and she gave birth in like within half an hour. MashaAllah, Allahumma barik. Right? So this is how she worked around, and she was informed and knew when to go, what to do, how to manage. Okay, let's see the questions now. Okay. Yes, Rija, I believe that's what your name is. You can, if you sign up for the classes, you will prepare for any kind of birth, whether it's a home or hospital birth. There's no much difference. Is it possible to have a VBAC if the baby is breech, depending on how many weeks you are, Sana? Honestly, I have experienced breech births naturally as well, and even VBAC breaches. So it's not impossible. However, finding a care provider who's supportive of this might be tough. And the art of birthing breech naturally is being lost to the knife, which is sad. All right. So if depending on how much time you have, my baby, my own VBAC baby, he was breech at 36 weeks. There you go. I was like, you know. But subhanallah, doing all the stuff that I learned helped him to flip in time for birth 3 weeks later. Alhamdulillah. So there's a lot you can do to help. Yeah. So we're not discussing about care providers here. We're here to get the knowledge, the purpose of the lecture. So names of doctors and midwives and all of that, that's not happening here. Okay. Women in Pakistan are not likely to achieve VBACs because the facilities are not up to the mark. Well, what facilities do you need? If they're able to perform C-sections, that's exactly the facility they need. That's it. So yes, you can do it. Right? And it's not about the biggest hospital or the greatest doctor or the one with the highest fees or the fanciest hospital. The mom who had a VBAC after 3 C-sections, she went to a clinic close by. Nothing fancy, a simple wooden bed. She did it. Right? So it's not about the biggest. It's more about what is specific to your case. Okay? Yes, mashallah, I've had moms who've had countless, I've lost count, mashallah, after 1 C-section, 2, 3, even 4, Allahumma barik. 4 C-sections and they gave birth naturally. How do you go past due date when family and doctors cause fear? Don't tell them your due date. That's the first thing you do. Especially family, especially people who are going to be like, what are you doing at home? All that noise. Don't tell them the due date. That's the biggest hikmah you can go with. So, Maham, what you do is you go at the very end, right? And that's how you have control. Involve your supportive people in the childbirth education classes so they're able to make the informed decision with you. Twins, mashallah, just this year I've had two twin births. One was a first time mom, a precious pregnancy, and then one was a VBAC mom. So she had a C section, and exactly, I think it was a bit less than 2 years later, she had twins naturally as well, mashallah. Okay. So just like as you would prepare, so mitigate your risks by exercise and nutrition, all of that. Yes, some of them are VBAC moms, some of them are first-time moms. It's a mix. If you want to read more VBAC stories, they're all there on my Instagram account. Okay. About the charges and how to register after the class, I'm going to share my link of my contact details, or you can message me directly on WhatsApp. All right, let's continue after the little break with the rest of the questions. Okay, so like I said, you are pregnant, you are not sick. Pregnancy is not an illness. Sadly, what I see in the society, in the Arab culture, in the subcontinental culture, in the even the Western side, the moment a woman is pregnant, she's told, okay, don't pray on normally, pray on a chair, don't walk fast, don't climb stairs. We start treating her as though something's wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with her. She's pregnant. She's not sick. There's no other complications. All is good. In fact, sometimes complications arise because of us not treating pregnancy as a natural part of life, right? So nurturing and nourishing your baby, this responsibility starts now. So those of you that are pregnant, you're responsible now. Your eating and drinking, your nutrition, and there's a whole module on nutrition, and I actually go through your diet plans and I calculate things and make sure that you're on the right path. This responsibility starts now. And nutrition plays a huge role in reducing risk factors towards the end. It plays a huge role to ensure optimum development of the baby. It plays a huge role for birth and labor to happen at the right time, for things to progress, for the amniotic sac and everything to be strong, for the baby to develop optimally, to reduce risk factors of preeclampsia, all of those things. Some of you mentioned cholestasis, all of that we can mitigate by nutrition. Food, nutrition is huge, and I feel this is where majority of the complications are happening because of the lack of right guidance and incorrect nutrition. Women are not addressing deficiencies, and if they're addressing it, it's by popping pills, by popping supplements. All right, and this is very, very important. Our body absorbs food natural ways more than it would absorb the supplements. All right, so a holistic approach, natural approach. So in the classes, you will get a 172-page PDF guideline. There's like 11 pages of common discomforts and how to naturally deal with them before resorting to any medications. And that's, I mean, I use it now. I'm not even pregnant. I use it for any aches and pains and issues here and there for myself or my kids. Very helpful. Okay, so that is, you are pregnant, you're not sick. And remember, natural birth or even empowered C-sections. So many of my moms, they educated themselves. Like I said, you do everything in your power. Outcome of birth, that's in Allah's hand, right? You're ensuring that this is in pregnancy, you're nurturing, you're nourishing, physically, emotionally, mentally preparing for an empowering birth experience. And when you make the informed decisions, when you're part of the decision making, regardless of how the birth goes, you feel empowered. You don't feel trauma from that experience because you are the decision maker there. You are the one that made the decision, subhanAllah. You are the driving force. And I have a beautiful image to explain exactly this. So yes, you do want a pregnancy that's nurtured, whether it's by nourishment, whether it's by activity, whether it's by physical, emotional nurturing. I feel emotional preparation is where we just really dismiss it. And that's wrong. We need to stop doing that. Okay? You are the decision maker, and you can make these decisions once you're well informed. Okay? Now, this mom says she enrolled in the classes with me as soon as she found out about her second pregnancy. She wasn't happy with her first birth and wanted to feel confident, empowered the second time round. The classes taught her everything that she needed, covering all basics and advanced topics. And of course, the interaction doesn't end like I said. So, alhamdulillah, she got my support throughout the pregnancy and postpartum. And thank you so much for making me your favorite childbirth educator, and she highly recommends the course. Now, let me get to your questions. Um, okay, so Sana, if you're 30 weeks, you have time for the baby to flip, inshallah. Lots you can do. All right. So if you're at 34 weeks, you don't have long to go, Safa. If your cholestasis levels are high, there's a lot you can do even now to reduce the levels. Usually, this is when it does spike for those that are prone to cholestasis. And then there's a lot you can do to help bring it down. Okay. May Allah make it easy for both of you. What you can do, Fariha, you can educate yourself, right? Most doctors do C-sections. What can you do? You educate yourself. Meconium factor. Okay. It's not just, okay, first of all, due dates are very misused. A due date is not a time bomb. It's not a deadline. Your baby is not Cinderella's pumpkin that's just going to, at the time, the stroke of 12, it's going to turn into a pumpkin. Nah, that's not going to happen. Okay. So due dates are estimates, right? Meconium can happen before that. It can happen after that. Again, mitigating risk factors, and meconium itself is not as big a risk as the aspiration is, and the aspiration happens when there is stress. So yes, and again, lots of our the cultural things, the desi totkas, they have an influence on this as well, which we need to be informed about and avoid. Okay. Yes, definitely. Epidural, if a mother, again, I'll educate you the pros and the cons of an epidural. And then it's up to you to take it or not. And if you do take it, how to take it, when to take it, what to do, what positions. And if you want to make a decision, I'll help you make it. Right? So, yes, I've given you the evidence based information, empowering you with the knowledge to be able to make the decision. Okay? And that's the same thing because I support in lactation as well. If a mother wants to start formula, I will never judge you. Who am I to? My part is to educate you, support you, and then respect your decision. And that's exactly right. Then inshallah you can have one. Yes, I can't educate on epidurals now. It's a whole module. So the classes are 20 hours of education. I can't sit here and tell you exactly, what to do, etc. There's a module where we discuss these interventions. What are the pros and the cons? That will be covered in the classes, inshallah. Okay. What are some of the body signs that your pushing phases other than dilation check? Yes, vaginal checks are not needed. Your body knows what to do. You'll feel that pooping, pushing sensation. Again, educate yourself. Know about the different stages of pregnancy. Know about what your body is doing, and automatically you would know. Have the faith. One of the founders of the organization Birth Kuwait here, where I educated from, she was expecting, I think, her fourth or fifth baby, I forgot. And she said, I did not have a single check to know where my progress is. I had the faith in my body, and this is a non-Muslim. As Muslims, we should have double that faith. But sadly, this is where our faith, we need to recheck that. She said that I know that the contractions are happening. They're getting closer together. They're getting more intense. And the next thing is going to be me ready to push the babies out. She had that faith. She's like, I don't need someone to check and tell me. It's not benefiting my labor. There you go. You don't need to check. No need for any checks. C-section means when they cut through the 7 layers of your abdomen to take the baby out. Baby CTG dropping. Yes, there's a lot you can do if the baby's heart rate is dropping, right? Eating, drinking, moving, getting a BPP scan, extra oxygen. Try to find the reason why it's happening. Okay. Okay. Yes, you can. Definitely. Now, herbs like Merimbuti, well, there is mixed reviews on that. I have a written paragraph about that, which I will be happy to share later on. Okay, back to the slides, and then I'll answer the rest of the questions. Okay, so this is the image I was talking about. So the classes I'm talking about are the Amani childbirth education classes. What does Amani mean? Amani basically means assisting mothers for active, remember I said that, natural, instinctive births. All this noise and medical interventions and the blue blah blah blahs has made us get far away from our instinct, has stopped us from listening to our inner voice. So this is what an Amani birth is. It's a birth where you, as the mama, are in control. You are the center of attention. With lots of support from your loved ones, your educator, your doula, your care provider, your doctor, your midwife, whoever, tons of encouragement, right? Standing there like lifeguards to be there to support you. Trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's design. Like I said, you're built to do, you're made to do it. Why doubt? And then of course, once you're well informed and educated, you would know what true complications are. And believe me, it's like few I could count in one hand. And then for that, you decide, okay, this is where I need to intervene and this is where I don't. Right? This is what an Amani birth is. This is the vision I love and I support and I educate about. Okay, to help you, assist you as mothers for active, natural, instinctive births. And that's what we all want. Sorry, that jumped. Now, like I said, I'll be giving you some little tips. I really hope you all sign up for the classes. The next group in English is starting next week on Sunday, 1st of September. And the one in Urdu and English is starting next month, 15th October. And these are like over 5 to 10 weeks. Okay, so you want to sign up soon. Don't leave it for the end. And then I do have the Arabic one as well available already recorded. And all of these, any languages, all available recorded as well. So pain management techniques, a few of you are asking that. So the importance of breathing. So practice breathing now. Importance of staying calm and focused now during labor, right? Relaxation strategies to manage pain and stress. All right. You don't want to be, it's like your body's working hard. The uterus is working hard. You don't want to add on any stress, especially since the stress hormone, adrenaline, negates the hormone which we need for birth, which is oxytocin. All right. We want oxytocin. We don't want adrenaline. But when we are stressed and we haven't practiced and we aren't prepared and we are freaked out and the adrenaline goes up and automatically the oxytocin goes down. And that can stall labor. It can cause distress to the baby. It can do so many wrong things. So we want to fill our bodies with oxytocin. And believe me, I will support you in that. Tons of laughter, tons of enjoyment, help you enjoy the classes as you take them. Okay? Because yes, emotional, physical, and mental relaxation is the key for this. And then pain. I said I'll tell you the positive perspective of pain, right? This is from Lamaze. It's a model from there that it's a positive pain where you welcome each surge, each contraction, you welcome it. And you'd be like, are you crazy, Hafsa? What are you saying? Nuh-uh. You do. You celebrate. Yes, my body is doing what it's supposed to do. I'm closer to meeting my baby. There you go. The A is for anticipation. All that hard work, there's a beautiful, so I have models, like I said. So I have like a pelvis model. I've got a baby here. So this little baby, this is what you're anticipating to hold in your arms. So all that hard work is not worth nothing. It's like you're walking through a deep, dark tunnel. At the end is a beautiful, beautiful scenic view. And this beautiful baby is worth it all. And it's in intervals. When it's natural, there is no continuous pain. Those of you that have had C-sections, you probably know what continuous pain is. So when the pain is coming in intervals, you do get, even when they're top of each other, it's manageable. Your perspective of the pain, once you perceive it positively, you welcome it, you don't dread it, right? Automatically, the level of the intensity of the pain that you feel goes down because you let the happy hormones, the endorphins take over. All right, and it's natural. We can do it. Women have been doing it since Hawa alayhi salam. Surah Maryam, just read the tafsir of it. In fact, I was thinking, I did a session while I was in Pakistan over the summer about the birth of Maryam alayhi salam and how so many lessons are there. I think I might do another one, not next month, the month after. Maybe I'll do a session just looking at the lessons we can learn from that, subhanAllah. Okay, the next one. So she took classes with me when she was expecting her first baby. It was the best decisions. The way I explained the entire process and educated her about interventions which can be avoided, supportive throughout the pregnancy, even postpartum. She's always a message away. I'm grateful for her support, alhamdulillah. And of course, there's like, once you finish the classes with me, you'll be given all these group links. You don't have to join them. I love groups because, like I said, moms need support. But these support groups help so much, right? Any questions, it's just lovely interactions of moms supporting mothers, laughing together, enjoying life together. Okay, Let me go back and see your questions. Okay. Do you have hypothyroidism apart from taking medication? What natural foods I can consume? Okay, so with hyperthyroidism, I do recommend booking the consult, or inshallah, if you sign up for the classes, because you have 21, you're 20 weeks, you have plenty of time. We can work with seeing what are the triggers, what is helping, what can help reduce it. All right. Um, 35 vegan placenta is 2.5. Inshallah, yes, it can still move away. Subhanallah, your question just came at the right time. There was a mom, she went in for a C section because she was told her placenta was complete previa last night. And she messages me at Fajr that they did an ultrasound again, and subhanAllah, the placenta had moved away. And I was like, a miracle story. I can't wait for her to share her birth story, inshallah. So she's back home and waiting now. No more C section. So, yes, it can still move away. SubhanAllah. I was reaching her cervix just 3 days ago. There you go. Vania shared her story. MashaAllah. You go ahead and in the chat and do read what she said, that she birthed after 42 weeks and 3 days. Like I said, due dates are guesstimates. I've had moms gestate up to 44 weeks, but don't do it blindly. After you're well informed, it's easier. Okay? Many doctors say there's a risk and the baby will pass meconium, but that's not true. Baby will come when it's time for them to come. Exactly. No one stays pregnant forever. But beta thalassemia, yes, definitely you can have it. You just need to work a lot on your diet and your iron intake. I already answered about the epidural, that we will be covering that in detail in the classes, inshallah. Okay, Mr. Bershan, there is no growth. All right, you need to probably, this would be something you need to see for fertility awareness and see why that's happening. And get not just yourself, but your husband checked as well. I'm not an expert in fertility, so I can't really comment on that. I will help you, inshallah, once you've conceived. Can stress an anxious mother at the time of birth? Yes, definitely. Very much. This is what I just said. So adrenaline is a hormone, which is the stress hormone, the fight fright hormone. When that hormone rises, your oxytocin level drops, right? The distress, your panic breathing, all of that can impact the baby directly. Okay. All right, let's get back to our slides. So these are the topics we will be covering, right? So we will start with the first week. We will be covering the first module is mother's needs in pregnancy, about involved partners, mother's physical needs, emotional needs as well. Very, very important. Pregnancy exercise. It's the first thing that you'll learn so that you start doing it immediately. Don't leave it for the end. That you start walking once in your third trimester. Don't do it before that. No, you start it from day one to help build that stamina and endurance so you don't give up soon. Right? Taking an active role. There's exercise videos and descriptions with like the founder of Amani Birth, Aisha Al-Hajjar, may Allah bless her. She's actually recorded videos on how to do the exercises, and they're very easy to do, nothing extensive, but extremely, extremely effective. Okay? Working on your pelvic floor to help with the baby's positioning, to help with the recovery and everything, as well as relaxation and breathing practice on videos, how to do that as well. Physiology of pregnancy, right? Understanding the changes and your instinctual behavior, built-in protections, common discomforts, and how to overcome them naturally first. Okay? And you being the baby's primary care providers, and what are the danger signs to watch out. I'm just pointing out the main parts. There's, of course, much more. And then, of course, pregnancy nutrition. Very, very, very crucially important. And I have changed my strategy about educating about nutrition. Before, I used to just give you the guidelines and expect you to do it. But it wasn't happening. Moms were not doing it. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to hold you accountable now. I actually give charts for you guys to fill out. You send them back to me. I review them. You make those changes and so forth. So yes, you do get homework with me. But it's nice homework. It's beneficial homework. And it's nothing scary. Don't worry. Purpose of labor, right? So from module 5 onwards, it's all about labor. One of you was asking how to know what are the signs, etc. Understanding why, like what's happening, why do we need labor, all the things about vaginal exams and all of that. What are the stages of labor, how to time it, when to know what's the time, when to go to the hospital, understanding all of that. Okay. And then I'll continue after this. So this mom, She took classes and it was an eye opening experience. She was naive at the time of birth with her first one, so she took it with the second one. She said she could have found me earlier. She wishes she found me earlier. I wish all of you found me earlier and you all valued it. You invested in it, right? She supported me throughout the second pregnancy and she was able to make informed decisions. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma barik. Stretch marks are more related to genetic. Wait, sorry, that jumped. Okay. Or can we cure it? So you can definitely. It's not just the genes. There is a lot, like because the skin is stretching, keeping it moisturized, lots of collagen in your diet, natural ways that can help as well. Does weight affect the outcomes of birth trying for a VBAC 28? Subhanallah, the mom that had a VBAC last week, she was above 100 kilograms and she had a successful VBAC. MashaAllah. And her baby was a big one, above 4 kilograms. A natural birth, no tears as well. So Dr. Tayyiba, I would really invite you and welcome you to sign up for the classes, inshallah, so you're prepared and you can build your postpartum nest from the beginning. Okay? If your hemoglobin is 10.9 at 25 weeks, it's probably going to go down more. So you really need to work on it, Zainab. Lots of iron-rich foods and not just supplements, especially not tablets. Our bodies don't absorb it as much as it does with liquid iron, or even better so with food. Lots of heme iron sources. Okay? How long is the course? So the one in September, the 1st of September, it will finish. It's we are doing two modules, two sessions basically per class. It's going to be every Sunday, and we'll finish by the first week of October, inshallah. Okay, and the one in Urdu, we will be doing one, so it's just double the time. So the English classes are around 2.5 to 3 hours long. The Urdu classes are 1.5 to 2 hours long, like that. So it's exactly the same content. It's just a different way. So we'll finish it by the first week of October, inshallah. And if you were due sooner, you can go for that recorded option as well. The name of the classes are Blessed Start Childbirth Education classes with me, with a facilitator, not just those alone. So it's weekly classes, Magul, right? And we'll meet live like this, similar, same platform, etc. We'll go through each module together during the live sessions, and then you'll have a week to watch pre-recorded sessions, which will be, I'll give you a login password with short recorded videos on Amani Bird's portal. You watch them as a couple. You have a week to watch them, and then you meet me again. And there's activities and stuff that you do during that week, and that's how we complete it. It's altogether it's around 20 hours of education. Okay, let's continue, and then I'll answer from Manur's question. Okay. And then we'll be talking about working with our body, how to make labor easier, relaxation, decisions, informed decision making by protecting your birth environment, right? How to make those informed decision making, trusting your intuition, right? Listening back and to our inner birthing voice again, okay? Tapping into that intuition, avoiding that neocortex part of our brain to take over, okay? So this mom, she took the CBE course with me a few months ago, and it was the best decision ever, alhamdulillah. She got the support in pregnancy and postpartum, and it was the best. She says it's the best gift you can give yourself and your baby. In fact, once the classes end, you get that little certificate. Consider it the first certificate, the first achievement you've done for your baby. Okay, let me go back to the question. Hang on. So mine was saying she's 23 weeks and mostly stay positive, but since she's distant from her husband, so maybe invite him to the classes as well, so you both connect by taking the classes together. That would help you. He would know how he can help you with it from the distance as well, and you can do other things that help you to prepare emotionally and work around that, and it'll give you something to stay busy. Okay. I don't count steps. I don't want to pressure any woman. Every woman's stamina, and you could be someone who's been lifting and working out from before, and you just continue that with the right guidelines. Or you could be someone who's not done anything like me, and you just start doing slowly and build up gradually. And following just the Amani birth exercises it's something every woman can do. Okay, Dr. Tayyiba, I'm just gonna drop my phone number in the chat. So that's my Kuwait number, 49059. And that's my Pakistan number. All right. Okay. So you guys can note that down. If you're in the WhatsApp group, the admins, it's me, no one else. Okay. Can I join? I'm sorry if you found this not helpful. Can I join if I'm 30 weeks? Yes, you can. Definitely. Because we start next week. So you'll be done. We'll be done in the next 5 to 6 weeks, inshallah. Okay, she delivered her baby in last September. It was a C-section. I separate cholestasis. Okay. Subhanallah. All right. All right. Probably your body and baby wasn't ready at that time. So yes, inshallah, you can definitely try for we back aim for a gap of 18 months between births, inshallah. Yes. So yes, definitely. The purpose of this live session is to understand why childbirth education is needed. Okay. And then, of course, once you understand the value of it, you will invest in it, inshallah. Okay. And then, of course, birth team roles. Why the mother, educating yourself, having that support, how to doctor shop, what is a doula, what questions to ask your doula, what your partner needs to do. All these husbands want to help, but they don't know how to, right? Different birthing positions, lots of positions, especially upright. So where's the pelvis, right? You want to make sure your pelvis is nice and upright, not laying down and leaving it tucked in is very important. And then, of course, true complications, understanding what are they and what to do about them. Okay, like I said, it's very comprehensive. What you can do to minimize medical interventions, what are the routine interventions, how can you avoid them, and I will help you write your birth plan and labor practice, because of course practice does make perfect, right? And then of course after birth care, postpartum is very important. It just does, should not end at birth. It should be um, after birth as well. Okay. So, and I do give demonstrations with props and tools to make it more visual and helpful. And along with the typical course, I have the VBAC. It's a workshop, a VBAC workshop that I've included for free for all the moms that are VBAC moms. At the end of each session, I do have that. And you have a year. So you have access. So the live sessions are also recorded. You have access to all of that for a complete year. Okay. And there's so much more in there. Okay. Alhamdulillah, this mom, she achieved a VBAC, and recently she had, mashallah, a second VBAC. And she discovered how empowering labor and birth can be, and that helped her. The support also helped her to avoid any postpartum depression. And then, of course, she had a wonderful breastfeeding journey, right? And then, of course, the connection, reconnecting with our Creator with lots of du'as, sadaqah, du'as, and tahajjud and everything as well. Okay, so that can be helpful. Would it be too early for me to take the classes now? I'm due in March. No, not at all. Not at all early. It's the perfect time to take the classes. It's not too early at all. It's in fact, this is the best time. So you have time to actually work with your nutrition and everything. Okay, the sooner the better, in fact. All right. Okay, so I wish that mom didn't leave before she saw this. So this is something that these are the tips that I'm going to give you that what can help you to make informed decisions, right? At any point you need to make an informed decision, think of what are the benefits. Use your brain, basically. Think of what are the benefits. How is it going to positively impact my baby? Try to see what are the risks. Is there any alternative? What is your intuition saying? Or I for istikhara as well, make pray istikhara. And then N for what if you just need more time, you do nothing. Okay? And then these are the healthy birth practices, a summary of it from Lamaze, that first of all, let labor begin on its own. And that's what we talked about, the due dates. Let it begin on its own. Walk, move around, and change positions throughout labor. Don't let yourself be confined that, nope, you cannot move, you have to be on the bed. And this is why you need to be able to stay at home as much as possible. Have a loved one, friend, or doula for continuous support. Support takes us miles further. If hospitals are not allowing, don't expose yourself to the hospital too soon. Stay at home as much as possible with your support person and go at the very end. Avoiding interventions that are not medically necessary. Okay? Avoid giving birth on your back. Like I said, when you're on your back, you're closing your tailbone by 30%. And that automatically increases risk of fetal distress. It increases the length of labor and everything being longer. It's so many things can be impacted there. Okay? And then, of course, keep the mother and the baby together for postpartum. This is what the baby, it helps the baby and the mom to breastfeed and be close and everything. Okay. So, what are the helpful tips? Active pregnancy. Stay active. If you haven't started now, now is the time to start, inshallah. Stay active as much as possible. Okay. Um, and informed decision making. Nutrition and help that to mitigate your risk factors, make informed decision making. Make sure you have support and guidance, educate yourself, and of course, prayer. Allah has given you 9 months to make the dua. Very, very important. All right. Use this time to do all of this to help you process this natural event of life as naturally as possible. Okay. Um, okay. Let me just check that here. All right. All right. So I love this one because she kind of answers the questions you guys might have. That she always thought, "What's the need of childbirth classes? It's the doctor's job. What do I have to learn?" When she took the classes, she realized how wrong she was. She knowledge of the do's and the don'ts of maintaining a healthy pregnancy lifestyle. Allah's helped her to avoid an early induction, any terrible tearing that she had in her first birth. And since the baby had a longer term, she was born much healthier than the first one. So she highly recommends that. And yes, definitely, I will not hold your hand only through pregnancy and birth, but throughout as well, inshallah. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to pump back that one up and go back and answer all the questions. Okay. Sophia is here, mashallah. Thank you so much, Habibti. She said she took my classes in 2022 and achieved an empowering feedback. Mashallah, I'm so proud of her. And then she recently had her second home birth after a C-section. Allahumma barik. Your placenta is posterior. I wouldn't worry at all. That's nothing to worry about. Okay. You can, if you're planning in October, so you can join my October group, Barira. 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 That's it. Muhammad, you can message me on direct and I'll share the cost. And I do have discounts at the moment and I do accept in installments. Yes, you can pray as normal as long as it's posterior, not previa, or no bleeding or anything. Squatting is yes, definitely. Squatting is a good position. You can be sideline. You could use gravity, sitting, throne positions. So Adina, what you could do is on the bed, you could be on your side, or if, on the bed, you could hold the back of the bed, right? That can be helpful as well. Okay. Standing, sitting up, all of that. Walking daily, Manur. Okay, that is very helpful. So daily walking, you can do some prenatal yoga, breathing exercises, ball exercises. Get a birthing ball and start using that. With low-lying placenta, if there is, yours is not very like it's. You're the one who said it was 2.5, right? So you can do the walking and stairs. If there is bleeding or any complications, then I would just wait for it to move away first and then resume. But you can still do your pelvic floor exercises, stretches on the bed and stuff. I had a mom who had cervical cerclage, and I taught her exercises that she could do while on bed rest, and that helped her. You are from Kuwait, Hiba? Yes, they would. They would. So on the bed itself, you can adapt a position. And what you could do instead is throughout labor, at least change your position. And at the very end, you change. Government hospitals are more restrictive compared to private ones. In private hospitals, you can take your birth plan, communicate, and discuss all of this in advance. All right. And yes, I have given birth in Kuwait, not on my back. It's totally possible. Okay. Nope, not too late at all, Manur. Go for it right away, inshallah. You're just 19, Aisha. So I'm not sure. Are you planning? Are you married? Are you? So maybe once you have planning to conceive, or if you've conceived already, you can join. Okay. Now, I put this from the Money Birth book. So that if birth is so instinctive, why do I need to take classes? So yes, indeed, I'm going to read this out, and I want you all to listen very carefully because this will help you to make this decision about educating yourself. Birth is indeed a primitive and instinctive act. In fact, assuming there is no complications, a woman who is left alone and remains calm, tunes into her body, turns only to Allah for help, can birth without instruction or assistance from anybody, just like Maryam alayhi salam did, or Hawa alayhi salam did a long time ago. However, in today's climate of hospital births, the mother is led by an invasion of instructions and interferences. This could be by well intentioned medical stuff. Like I said, we work with doctors, huge respect to them, they have their place. We need to learn how to do it. Even it could be her husband or even someone who's disrupting her personal space, right? This is where the communication helps. That evokes her neocortex, that part of the brain that suppresses your instinctive behavior. What's more, the foreign atmosphere, you know how bright and white everything in the hospital is, and all the beep beeps, the boop boops, the different temperature, everything, the sense of urgency in a hospital environment like birth is a breeding ground for the rush of adrenaline. And now we know adrenaline can suppress oxytocin, the hormone we need for labor to progress. And this is why you must educate yourself so that you can sort through the blast of stimuli and pick and choose what works best for your birth. You must learn how to work with your labor and employ self advocacy. You are your biggest advocate, and determination to tune out distractions and tune into your body. And with practice, that does get perfect. Okay, so these classes will give you the confidence to face your fears and surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in order to allow your body to work in harmony with Allah's perfect design for the birth event. All right, and there you go. The verse from Surah Al-Maryam shows us that we can do it. Okay, so these are the topics, the breakdown of the topics. There's a free VBAC module. These are my qualifications, my contact details. All right, and all of this extra is included. So childbirth education, yes. 20 hours of comprehensive education, yes. There's WhatsApp online support groups, which are constant extra resources, pregnancy exercise videos, nutrition guidelines, and recipes. I'll help you with any emotional debriefing you need to do as well. These live sessions are interactive. My video is always on. I'm using these props and everything to explain. You have access for a year. All right. The VBAC components included. There is postpartum guidance as well. You will have your PDF 172-page guide. And of course, it's discounted, available in all these languages. It's the best Islamic faith-based CBE program, childbirth education program. That's why I keep coming back to this and teaching this basically. Okay. So labor was scary for this is a scary thought. So after conceiving, she attended a breastfeeding workshop with me, which I introduced this. I always introduce it. And this was a signal for her to enroll for it. And it was the best decision of her life. She found me as not just her mentor, but also a major role in her postpartum journey. Like I said, don't think it ends there. Support, encouragement, and of course, love. I love all my mamas. Kept her sane through the ups and downs of motherhood. The support groups not only made me feel heard and included as a new mother, but also brought me closer to Islam because of all the wonderful fellow mothers. And I'm honored to have you as one of my CBE mamas. I know who this person is exactly. Okay, so this is my details to get in touch. Okay, you can scan this code to go to my Instagram. This is my email. These are my phone numbers. All right, I want you guys to do this little quiz now. Okay, this is the last thing before we can end for today. Just a little fun something. I'm going to forward the link in the WhatsApp group. Or you can just scan this. All right. There we go. And I'm going to put this link of this quiz in our chat here. Share, copy link. And where's our chat? There it is. Yes, we do have support for C-section. So preparing for a C-section is very, very important as well. So you know what to do, how to, in our birth plan, there's always a backup plan as well, so that you are prepared should it end up being a C-section as well. Okay. No, I would wait until you're married, inshallah, and then take it. Okay. Yes, of course, it's possible. VBAC after 2C with cholestasis, as long as you manage it, is definitely possible. Okay, I'm going to just finish these slides here and then just go, or no, wait. Let's just stop sharing and go back there. Okay, let's watch the quiz now. Share. Okay, lots of you have joined. I'm starting it now. I hope there's no sound. I did try to close it. Let me just close it. Okay, I'm just going to give you guys a minute or two. It's just, I think, very short 5, 10 questions. I forgot how many questions this one had. I have so many quizzes up there. So I see some of my moms who have taken the classes doing the quizzes. Now that's okay. Well, fair enough. It's always fun, isn't it? MashaAllah. The fact that you're here and inspiring other mamas means a lot. Jazakumullah khairan. It's sadaqah jariyah for you, of course. Together, the more and the more the moms are well informed and aware, the more we will bring these waves of changes together. And that really does matter a lot. Okay. Let me just see that there was some ask questions there. Okay. Wow. You guys are quick. MashaAllah, there's so many of you, almost 50 of you here. We're answering the quiz. I think we had more than 100 people online, MashaAllah. Allahumma barik. May Allah make this beneficial for all of us. Just waiting for a couple of you to finish, inshallah. Okay. All right. You can even finish it after we're done. I'm just going to stop sharing the screen and go back and share the last parts of the slide. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for asking your questions. Hopefully, inshallah, hopefully you learned a lot and you wish to continue this educational journey, bi'idhnillah. On Sunday is our first session for the next group. And if you want to join the October one, it's on the 15th. I've already opened the registrations for both. Okay. And this is the last testimonial. I got a few others, but I just couldn't add them all, subhanAllah. I'll post them in my Instagram. I love this, what she said, that if I could, I would go on and go on about the impact and benefit of these classes. But if I sum it up, a very simple analogy comes to mind. Before taking these classes, pregnancy, labor, birth, and postpartum felt like walking on a pitch dark road with no idea about where the turns, the pits, and holes are. Random street signs, aka cultural mashwara, that are hard to read and aren't always right, pop up on and off. They keep coming up in front of us, basically. Taking these classes was like walking on the same road, but with a bright lamp in hand that illuminated the entire dark path. Now the pits are visible, the highs and the lows, the twists and the curves. All the street lines signs make sense, and all the less traveled routes also become clear. All the anxieties turned into excitement, and honestly, what else do we really need? I'm going to leave you with that. I found this very beautiful, subhanAllah. All right. Anyone has any remaining questions? I'm here for 2 to 3 more minutes. And inshallah, I'll answer that now. وأنتِ فجزاك الله خير أدينا. Thank you so much. Yes, intercourse can help with labor. Not open the bag, no. But it can help with the oxytocin to flow. It can help with, of course, labor is going to start when the baby in the body is ready, right? So it can actually help with things to progress if needed with the natural hormones. Depending on what the infection is, um, there is a holistic approach to first of all prevent it, build your immunity, and then if needed, knowing that okay, this is the time I need to treat it, for example. Thank you so much, Ramsha. Okay, UTI and yeast. So yeah, that needs to be treated. But if it's happening very recurrently, you need to see what's happening there. Sometimes our gut health has a big role to play. Okay, and then holistic approach of changes in your diet, more probiotics, washing with the um, diluted vinegar water or bicarbonate of soda water, that can be helpful. Adding natural probiotics to your diet, all of these things, more anti-inflammatory stuff, can be very, very helpful. And especially if it's yeast, it's annoying because we think it's gone, but we need to really continue the treatment of it much longer before it really truly goes. Okay. Don't worry about the results. Oh, okay, you got those. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well done, girls. Okay, Manu, you can just reach out to me. Wait, let me go back to the slide, which has my contact details, so you guys can contact me with the registration link and everything. Yeah, so Manur, I would suggest you join the group starting from Sunday. Okay. No, that's not true. Your body will go into labor if it's ready to go into labor. Preemie birth is usually lack of good nutrition, lack of bad. It's basically lack of protein, lack of good food. Something didn't go right. Eating dates, walking, exercises, all of that is not going to cause preterm labor unless there is a true complication. Okay. Yes, sugar spikes. Definitely, yes. That's another thing you'd need to look into. Cutting off sugars completely helps a lot. November 7th, Sana. So you go. Don't wait for the October one. You start the one in Sunday, inshallah. Yes, infection as well can trigger preterm labor as well. So you want to treat it. You don't want to leave it. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Thank you so much. May Allah make it beneficial. Pray Sakhar, of course, to decide. You have the time now, but do it sooner than later so that you have time to watch the pre-recorded videos if needed. And anyone that needs specific help, I do have shorter workshops as well. I should have put up that up. Anyway, you can find more details on my account as well. The next event, so I did one last month. Well, it was earlier this month, in fact, because of the World Breastfeeding Week. I think the next one I'll probably do, I'm not sure when. Do let me know the topics you'd love to have. There is a request for pumping workshops. There's a request for newborn care workshops. All of these workshops are available recorded, but some people like them live. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Babies when they're ready. So one midwife from India, she said a very wise thing, that our liver gets toxic not just from foods, from stress as well. So detoxification is not just foods, it's a lot more. Okay. Breastfeeding workshop is already available. I did one last week, was it, or the week before? So if you want that, you can just message me on direct. I got a few messages, I just couldn't reply. And please respect the fact that I would not be able to reply to specific cases or situations on direct messages. Inshallah, once you're with me in the journey, I save your numbers in a different, I don't save other numbers. I save your numbers and then you're added to a group where you can ask your questions. And then I label each mom that have registered so she gets priority, because sometimes I wake up with like 30, 40 chats. It's very difficult for me to get back to everybody. So please respect that factor. And time. I wish I could help every woman in the world. But of course, please respect this. And give me that. Yes, support groups are part of the classes. So once you complete it, inshallah, you will automatically be given the links to join the pumping group, the support group. There is a group on breastfeeding, pumping, postpartum intimacy. There is a group on starting solids, baby wearing. Whew, there was so many now. I've lost count. Subhanallah. So there's a whole list. I'll give it to you once you're done. Inshallah. Okay, ladies. Thank you so much, Vanya. Yeah, yes, she's taken every single workshop under the roof that I've done so far. May Allah bless her. Yep. Valuing and knowing that this knowledge is beneficial, right? When we value it, when we understand the importance of it, and that was the purpose of the whole lecture today. Inshallah, now you're more open, you understand what childbirth preparation is to help you make the decision. May Allah bless each one of you with empowering births, right? And inshallah, I hope to see you in my next one. You don't have to leave the WhatsApp groups. There are two now events. I will close the chats, but any other future things coming up, any posts I do, any informational posts I do, I'll be sharing that in those WhatsApp groups. All right. يعطيكم العافية. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحان الله وبحمده. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. وأنتم فجزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.